Hello everyone, my name is Pukar Dhital. I'm an English instructor and today we're covering Grade 5 English. We're covering the chapter describing possessions and its reading comprehension. So let's begin the class. So today we are beginning a new unit, Unit 8, describing possessions. Alright, so to begin with, now I want you to observe these pictures as shown on the screen. Now, the questions are simple. Remember the chapter name, by the way, it's describing possessions. And you'll understand what possession means after I read these examples. And you see Minas, Binods. And do you see here apostrophe and S, that is apostrophe and S? Do you see here, of course you do see that, right? So apostrophe, this is what we call apostrophe, and then S. So this always means possessions. It means that it says it belongs to Binod. It shows possessions, okay? So here's Minas. Whose bag is this? It is Mina's bag. Look at that. It is Mina's bag, meaning the bag belongs to Mina. It is hers. Now, Binod's. Whose doll is this? It is Binod's doll. It is his. And also, do take care of hers and his. They also, this apostrophe, this hers, this his, they also belongings. Okay? So this is the conversation here. All right? And look at this. The second picture. I want you to now observe the second picture here and just put similar question. All right. You can, in fact, I advise you to do this in the copy. But before you do it in the copy, first of all, practice in the classroom. Have conversation with your friend. Like, for instance, if your name is, for example, let's say Susant. Example, okay? Now, Susant asks a question. Isn't that a guitar? Yes, that's a guitar. All right, at least to me, that's a guitar. I'm not that much of a musician. Anyways, so whose guitar? Remember, we're here dealing with picture 1. So Sushant asks, whose guitar is this? Now, let's say to which Rita answers. And Rita says, it is very simple. It is Ravi's guitar because the person name is Ravi. Now, to show possession, that means to say that the guitar belongs to him, we have to have first name, R-A-V-I, Ravi, and then give an apostrophe, and then S. This is Ravi's guitar. It is his. Well, in general conversation, this reaffirming is not that necessary, by the way. All right, once you say it is Ravi's guitar, I mean, he gets the answer, right? Susan gets the answer. But still, to understand what else's possessions, all right, this exercise, however, is helpful. It is his. It is Ravi's guitar. Similarly, you can have the similar conversation for Goma, Hema, and Dinis. Whose dog is this? It is Hema's dog. It is hers. See? It's the same pattern that we follow. Let's move further. Now, I want you to observe this picture once again. All right? Okay. So, let's read this short chant or a short poem, I would call it. And here's the dinosaur skeleton, so I call it. And here's something written about it. Okay. Have you ever seen dinosaurs? Dinosaurs, dinosaurs, where have you been? We've only seen you in books that you're in. Dinosaurs, dinosaurs, why aren't you here? I want to know what made you all disappear. Well, indeed, it's a very short and sweet poem. And indeed, don't we all want to know what made all these dinosaurs disappear? Though there are a lot of assumptions or theories, but still in a way, it's a mystery how a creature once thrived on Earth disappeared, right? It's a big question, of course, but of course there are many widely accepted theories on that. Anyway, this was just a chant, and let's move further. Now, it's just a game time, let's say, see? So let me first read it out, and please, as I read, observe my reading. One student is detective. Do you know who are detectives, by the way? Have you ever heard the name Sherlock Holmes? Or you gotta figure it out then yourself, okay? Gotta know who detective is or who are detectives, all right? Their task is to detect and to figure out the mysteries. Anyways, let's continue. One student is detective and sent out of the class. The teacher takes something like pen, a ruler, etc. from one of the students in the class. The student outside is called in and she has to find out who belongs to that thing and asks, whose pen is this? Is it yours? The class responds, yes, it is mine, or no, it isn't mine. The detective has to find out or find the owner within 5 guesses next time another student is sent out. It's teaching you the words which shows belongingness, or which in return, when you get the answer, you always have certain kind of possessions. The task is simple. A student goes out of the classroom and a teacher hides something, maybe a pencil box, all right, or a ruler or a pen or anything. And then, of course, the person would not know whose pen the teacher has taken or had taken. And then the student who is out of the classroom, he comes in again, and the teacher hands over that pen to the very student who was out. And the task of the students is, you've got 5 guesses. You've got to maybe have 5 questions. You just look at the class around, make it more interesting. You look at the class around, look at the expression, and then you can ask, whose pen is this? Is it yours? Or does this pen belong to you? Or could you tell me who this pen belongs to? So you can ask a question like this and figure it out who becomes a better detective. Okay, so let's move further. So remember there was a question about dinosaurs earlier. Now let's go and read out how the dinosaurs disappeared. Yes, there are many assumptions how they disappeared. All right, it is believed that the Earth was hit by an asteroid, almost a big asteroid, okay, which created a global catastrophe, and where dinosaurs couldn't adapt to that nuclear winter, meaning a long period of winter that followed after the dinosaurs. I mean, after the asteroid hit the Earth. Okay, but yes, that is what is commonly believed in today's context. But hey, maybe your book has something else to say. Who knows? Let's figure it out. First of all, before we begin, what do you see in the picture? And I want you to write down what you see in the picture. I literally want you to write down what you see in the picture, not just say about it. Yes, in the classroom you can say what you see in the picture, but hey, if ever you become an archaeologist, maybe you do this profession. I mean, one day you might find a dinosaur's bone right here in Nepal. Who knows? All right. So I just wanted to write down what you see in the picture. I mean, you just see a skeleton, I know, but still, maybe you have a different view. And how do we know the existence of dinosaurs? So to know this, the second question, however, let's read the passage. Dinosaurs suddenly disappeared millions of years ago, together with large number of species. We know about their existence mainly from fossils found in rocks. Fossils are usually formed when an animal falls into sand or mud and is quickly buried. The soft parts of the animal decay and become the part of the mud, but the hard parts like teeth, bones, cell, etc. remain. These parts make shapes in the mud, and that helps scientists find out many things about the species that disappeared millions of years ago. There were many types of dinosaurs judging from the fossils found. There were carnivorous dinosaurs called Theropoda, and there were herbivorous dinosaurs called Sauropoda. Herbivores had much longer necks, and they had large, powerful jaws and very sharp claws. Another group of dinosaurs was Ornithischia. It can be further classified or further divided into various types. Such dinosaurs had 2 heavy legs, plates along their backs and tails. They also had heavy armor on the head and body. Many scientists believe that the cause of extinction of dinosaurs and other species was a large asteroid that crashed into the Earth. According to this theory, the asteroid threw huge amounts of dust and water vapor into the atmosphere that blocked the sunlight and caused many types of vegetation to die off. So the dinosaurs starved to death. So remember, okay, this is an assumption, or this is what we call widely believed theory, that's how dinosaurs disappeared. Okay, so we come to know that they were vegetarian, they were carnivores, they were herbivores. Oh, sorry for the word vegetarian, rather herbivores, carnivores. All right, and there are many species of dinosaurs, and it is even believed that the birds that you see today, some of them have evolved from that period of time. Okay, at one point of time, these birds that is flying around, at one point of time, they were a species of dinosaurs who roamed the earth on their 2 feet. Okay, so that's the process of evolution. Anyways, so come to know that, okay, millions of years ago, not just thousands or not just 100,000, but millions of years ago, not even a million year ago or 2 million year ago, or in fact in fact millions of years ago, we had dinosaurs here. Okay, 2 to 300 million years ago. So imagine that Earth, when Earth was fully occupied by these perhaps wonderful creatures. Of course, human beings were not there at that time, but that's the history Earth holds. And of course, it's likely that Earth has much more secret. All right, so here's one. From the above text, find the words which are similar in meaning to the following. The first letter of these words are given. Died out, no longer in existence. And of course, you should be knowing it. To figure this out, you have to have a dictionary next to you. So if you have a dictionary, this is fairly an easy task. First, reconfirm. All right, what you do is first read the passage again and look for the words that start from these letters, the one which I'm underlining right now. And once you come across that word, of course you have the meaning then, and then you check its meaning in the dictionary, and then you'll have the words here. Now, died out, no longer in existence. Isn't it pretty simple? That would simply mean, remember, you might have to read the passage time and again, time and again, time and again. It would certainly mean E-X-T-I-N-C-T, extinct. See, died out, no longer in existence means, it simply means extinct. Or you can also go for extinction. Your book has the word C-T-I, extinction. Process of getting destroyed or rotten. This is D-E-C-A-Y-D-K. So see, all the words, you'll find it right in the passage. Of course, you might have to read the passage again and again. Figure out the word, get help from the dictionary, you will get the words done. Okay, so here's a very wonderful and simple exercise here. All right, this is one of the biggest land mammal on Earth today. Okay, if we're talking about dinosaurs, at one point of time, we even had mammoth, which are, of course, the elephant with fur, all right, possibly way bigger than the one we find today. That is the African elephant. And even mammoth disappeared, right, somewhere around 15,000 years ago. Okay, so label the parts of the elephant body. Okay, so I'm going to do very easy exercise to you. That is, I'm just going to write here, tail, and done. Rest, of course, what is that part called? Okay, you can figure it out yourself, of course. This you might be mistaken here. That's hinting toward I here, because that's what we have here for the option, right? So you go for I. See, very, very easy exercise. Now, remember, there's a question at the very beginning, which was, how do we know the existence of dinosaurs? And remember, I told you you'll find all the answers in the passage itself. Okay, so what do you think is the answer to this? How do we know the existence of the dinosaurs? Very simple answer. If you look at the slide or the video right at the beginning, you'll come across a sentence which gives the answer to this particular question. We know about the existence of dinosaurs mainly from fossils found in rocks. We know about the existence of dinosaurs mainly from fossils found in rocks. Remember, the answers lie right in the passage. All you have to do is read and figure out the answers. Okay, let's continue with the exercise now. It says number B, a right short answer. What were carnivorous dinosaurs called? Carnivorous meaning flesh-eating dinosaurs. Okay, so what are carnivorous dinosaurs called? I-V-E-R-O-U-S. Carnivorous dinosaurs were called theropoda. Carnivorous dinosaurs were called theropoda. It's right in the passage. Very, very simple exercise. Let's continue further. Look at question number 2 now. Which had got longer necks? Again, very simple answer right in the passage. Number 3. Which had got sharp claws? Number 4. Which had got plates along the back and tail? And finally, number 5. Okay, interesting question, I would call it. What did a large asteroid caused in the atmosphere. So when you write an answer like this, or you can add something on their own, like for instance, a large asteroid had a huge impact in the atmosphere. Now, what kind of impact is that? You have to explain that. The asteroid threw huge amounts of dust and water vapor into the atmosphere that blocked the sunlight and caused many types of vegetation to die off. See, this was the impact the asteroid had in the atmosphere. See, the rest of these questions, all right, for instance, number 3, 2, 3, 4, obviously you can do it at home. Well, now if you have any queries, feel free to email us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thank you very much.